do a what's in my backpack, just in case. I know it's already late, so you can't really buy anything else, but like if you're like a high schooler, or if you want to make sure that you have the right stuff for college, this is generally like what I have. So it is pretty big, I will say that, because I originally had a JanSport and I had it all throughout high school, and then it did break. Eventually it gave out. It lasted like 4.5 years. I think 5 years actually, because it broke my second year of college and I had bought it in high school. But basically this is what I have. It's pretty big. I know some people use tote bags. I personally don't use them because I feel like with the amount of stuff I carry, especially with my laptop, that it becomes really hard to like carry it on my shoulders, especially if I'm like going around on different buildings or like I'm moving a lot. It just tires me a lot more with a tote bag, because at some point me and Hennessy did do painting together, and I brought a tote back then, and I just got really tired with it. So I just prefer like the 2 straps, because I just feel more secure with it. I know some people bring purses. I don't know how they fit everything in it, but you basically you can bring whatever type of bag you want. You just have to make sure, I guess backpacks with wheels is a little bit harder, because there are some buildings where the elevator isn't as accessible, or it takes a while for the elevator to come down. So you might not want to bring like anything that has wheels, or anything that's like too big that gets in the way of everybody, because you are especially in the first week, there's a lot of people on campus, and it becomes really hard to navigate if your backpack is hitting everybody on the way. On the outside, I have this pin from Monterey that I grabbed from my brother, and then I have hand sanitizer. A lot of people are nasty at college. I've noticed some people don't even wash their hands after they go to the bathroom. And after a pandemic, you would think that people would wash their hands more, but they do not. So bring hand sanitizer, bring wipes if you can. Like especially if you're gonna eat, either go to the bathroom and wash your hands, or just like wipe your hands, just to make sure like you don't get sick or anything. I try not to bring like a huge wallet. It's just a really small one that I got a while ago, just so I don't have to go like scrambling around like my backpack trying to find my credit card and all that stuff. Some people, I know there's a huge debate between people of whether or not you should carry this on a lanyard. I had a lanyard, but then I lost my actual tower card. I don't know where it went, and it's probably in my house somewhere, and I just can't find it. So I had to get a new one. But my old one did have a lanyard in it, and I wouldn't wear it around my neck because it's just inconvenient having to duck down to then scan your card to get in. But I do recommend that you bring your card if they give it to you. You don't want to be that person that has to stand next to the door waiting for somebody to let you in because you forgot to bring your ID. If you get your periods, I would recommend you to like bring, pads, especially pads of like various sizes, just, in case something does happen or somebody around you like needs one, you can help them out. I also have a bag for tissues. I am somebody who gets allergies in the morning, or like I just have a really runny nose, especially in the mornings, and especially when it gets really cold. So I would prefer to have a baggie for tissues in case I need them. In the same place, I also have my deodorant, a perfume, and wipes. So that's what I have in here. And then I also have a few Post-its This is from a pack that I got a while ago and I just didn't really use them all, so I still had extra. You don't have to buy really fancy post-its if you don't have the money for it. I know at Target they have like a big bulk of them that you can use. They are really helpful for studying, and especially if you don't have a planner. You can write down what you needed to do that day or that week. Let's see what else I got. So that's basically it. I would recommend you please wear deodorant. People, especially if you have PE, you get really smelly, and it's a lot more evident during the beginning months when everybody's like still in that hot weather and they sometimes forget to wear deodorant. And if somebody is kind of stinky, don't be mean about it, please. Like, maybe pull them to a side and say like, hey, maybe put a little bit of deodorant on. Just like say it in a kind way to let them know. Like, don't make them feel embarrassed, because you're grown-ups now, you're in college. Be respectful, please. But basically, this is where I carry most of my important stuff. This is stuff for school. The rest of the stuff is just in case I need anything throughout the day. Oh, throughout the day, please, I don't have it on me right now, but please bring a water bottle or some snacks. I know a lot of videos say like, oh, bring water bottle and snacks, and you think like, oh, I won't need it because I'm not there for that long. You will need it because you are walking a lot and you don't want to be paying $3 every time you need to drink water, or like every day you need to go and buy a water bottle because you forget yours. So just save yourself those $3. Bring your water bottle. It doesn't have to be like a fancy Stanley cup. I have a cup from Target. It's like a regular one that I got for Christmas. And bringing snacks like chips or maybe pretzels, fruit snacks, anything. Or you can even bring your own lunch too if you don't want to spend the money at your like food courts. We're going back to the main part. So obviously, sorry, I have to dig. And it's not organized right now, it's not pretty. So basically what I have is a pair of headphones. You can bring your AirPods too, but I prefer to have also a pair of headphones on me, especially if I have to listen to a video for lecture or anything like that. I can just pop those on. Or if you are somebody who does wear headphones regularly, like, keep them charged, you will need them. I also have my pencil pouch. There are some people who prefer just to bring the pencils like just in the front of their backpack. I prefer to have it like in a little designated area, just because it's a lot easier to just pop this little pouch out. This is actually from Amazon. I forgot how much it cost, but you know, pens. This is a Sharpie. This is a little Sharpie. This is a 0.7. I prefer to use 0.7 for headings and 0.5 for like anything that needs to be bolded in my notes. So I usually try to look for packs that have both of those. And then I have highlighters too. Whiteout. And then obviously you need your erasers too. I prefer to have two of these really simple ones from Target, because I share supplies with my brother. We prefer to get the pack and then just split it from there. I also have these pencils. So I used to buy those really expensive, I forgot what the brand is, but they're those clear and then they have like the little gummy at the bottom. I would always lose them, or somebody would just take them, and they didn't really last me that long, so I started buying these. They're really simple. They come in packs of 50 or 100, and I've barely made a dent in the package, so I just carry these. They're really simple. You just have to change the lead. The bad part of these is that the eraser is really small, so that's why I have erasers on me. I also just have this I just have the top sharpener in case like I need to sharpen anything. It's usually for my my pencil, and that's about it. Like, I don't really have a lot. You can still, I just have a bunch of highlighters that came from the pack of 10 that I had. But that's basically it for the pouch. I did remove an item from the pouch that I am going to show you right now. And that is calculator. You will, especially if you're in the first 2 years of college, you're gonna do math. You're required to do math, and depending on what your major is, you will do more math classes or not. But everybody is required to do a math. Or if you were in advanced math, you might like do something different. I don't know. I didn't take advanced math. But I have a TI 30. There you go. That I had from the beginning of high school. So this thing has lasted me a long time. And this can get you pretty far, but at some point you will need a bit more of a powerful calculator if you're doing a lot of math. For example, for my engineering majors, for my math majors, for anything that requires a lot of math, this can only take you so far. And professors will tell you if you need a different calculator. They will tell you if you need a digital graphing calculator or if a scientific calculator, whatever they want you to use. And then some professors might allow you to use a calculator in class, but they won't allow you to use it on exams. So usually they will tell you, and if not, please ask so that you're not blindsided if you need a calculator or not. You don't have to buy a really expensive calculator at the beginning. They usually will tell you if you need it or not. This gets you pretty far though. Save yourself some money. Okay, now we got the laptop. I have a Microsoft laptop, a Surface something. So I'm not an iPad person. I have an iPad and I have like the stylus and everything if I want to take digital notes. And I did take digital notes for one math class and I didn't really like it. I preferred to do handwritten notes. I'm not telling you to buy a laptop or an iPad because I don't know what your situation is like financially. But if you have the money to buy a laptop now, I would recommend to buy a Windows computer or a Microsoft computer and not a Mac, because a bunch of the applications, especially if you're a forensic major like I was, the applications that are needed to do certain classes like digital forensics, the application doesn't work with Mac, it only works with Windows. And I find that a lot of applications actually only work with Windows and not Mac. So if you were debating between a Mac or a Windows, I would, kind of urge you to to choose a Microsoft one. And especially if you are software engineering or anything like that requires you to be on the computer more, it's more generally accepted to use a Microsoft device instead of an Apple device, because they are a bit more beefier, and I've heard that Macs don't really handle that much. Random pair of notebooks. These are all college ruled. This one is they're all college ruled. These two were actually, I already have them because I had bought them a few years ago. I think last year. And then this one was the new one. But because I write on my notebooks, I rely a lot on those instead of an iPad. Also, a black folder. I just have random sheets of lined and graph paper, because sometimes there's activities where you have to rip out a paper, and I prefer to save the paper I have here. This is just from this is actually, I don't know if you can tell, but they are kind of different sizes because they come from different notebooks that I had that I just disassembled and used the spare pages, so I don't have to keep buying lined paper. I just rip out the paper from old notebooks and reuse that. Really, all I would recommend. Keep it light because you are going to be hauling this stuff around, and then as the school year goes by, you will like figure out what it is you need, what it is that you prefer to keep at home, or like what else you need to buy. Like some professors prefer you to bring your textbook or a project or stuff like that. So you eventually will find out like what you need in your backpack. So 2 optional things. I have a planner. I stopped using a planner for a bit because I thought like, oh, I'll just remember it, and then professors also have it written down on the canvas. So like, why do I need a planner? And until I had a class that the professor did not write anything that was due on canvas, and like you were just expected to either write it down or remember that you had to do a certain activity. And I would forget, so I would sometimes have to rush before class when they would send a reminder like, oh, make sure that you guys have read and written this document or whatever. And then I would forget because I just didn't write it down. So I have a planner again. This is just for school events, classes and all that stuff, just so I can remember what I need to do and what is on my priority list. Like, yeah, there's like not I don't really have anything else to say, but if you're starting college, like, good luck with college. They say it's the best years of your life, but they also kind of say that for high school, so I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. But you will like learn a lot about yourself and who you are as a person, like throughout the 4 years or 5 years or however long it takes for you to graduate. But yeah, good luck for those who are starting college and those who are eventually gonna go to college. Thank you for watching this video. Good luck to everybody who is starting school again. I am too. I'm kind of nervous about it, but we'll make it through.